So if you are a person who is choosing option one, remember that this is enough to get you into college, and you have the opportunity to take a college level math course at Sunnyside High School without taking geometry in 8th grade. If you are a person that is deciding, hey, I really want to get to these advanced math classes in high school, and so I want to take geometry in 8th grade, there are a couple options with respect to how to do that, and I'm going to read through this letter with you so that we can make sure that we understand what all of the options are. So, 8th grade students at Harrison Middle School have the opportunity to take an advanced math course. This course is not required, but can be opted into by a student. This course is high school geometry and would be in addition, not replacement of, your child's 8th grade math course. And so again, if you do take geometry, you still need to take 8th grade math. You would be taking 2 math classes at the same time for at least 2 trimesters. Below are the details pertaining to the course. Let's jump down to right here, where it talks about the length of the course. We have 2 options. Option 1 is for you to be in a face-to-face class with a teacher. That class would run for 2 trimesters, and it would replace one of your electives. That class would start on the first day of school, and again go for 2 trimesters. The other option, if you're a person who wants to be in geometry, but you do not want to lose an elective, and you do not want face-to-face here at the school, would be to take it self-paced online. Now, something about the self-paced online version of the course to know is that I have created a set of videos of me teaching how to do everything. And you can see that this list is fairly long. Actually, 133 videos. It took me 40 hours to create the videos for this course. And as a college professor, one of the rules is that you need to consider a student work to take 3 times the amount of time it takes you to do it. And so if it took me 40 hours to make all of these videos, I anticipate that taking geometry online would take you about 120 hours. There are several students that have successfully completed geometry online, and it did take them at least 120 hours, and in some cases more. The nice thing about the online course is that you would have from the last day of your 7th grade year until the middle of the summer after your 8th grade year to finish it. So you would have a little bit over a year to get the course done. The situation would be that at the end of your 7th grade year, I would sign you up for it, and you could begin working on the course the day after school gets out. And we may be able to make it so that you could start working on it even before school gets out. But you could work on it over the summer. And there was a student this year who actually completed the entire geometry course before they even started their 8th grade year because they worked really hard over the summer to get it done. There were 60 or so students that signed up for online geometry. There was only one that completed it before summer was over. It is possible, but it would take a pretty big commitment on your part throughout the summer. The nice thing about the online course, besides the opportunity to start during the summer, is that if you decide that you want to stop working on it at any point, you can just stop. There is no penalty, there is no grade, there is no possible bad thing that could happen to you if you sign up for online geometry and decide to just stop working. What would end up happening if that was the case is I would just sign you up for geometry your 9th grade year in high school. If you take the face-to-face class, it is a fairly fast-paced class. We do a lot of work. We do have homework. And it is the case that you would have a grade for that class that would be on your transcript. And so if you're a person that's shooting for 4.0 and that sort of thing, you would want to make sure that you are willing to put the work in necessary in the face-to-face geometry class to earn the A. And it's my expectation that someone who signs up for geometry is going to work hard enough to earn an A in the first place. This face-to-face geometry course, recognize, only runs for 2 trimesters. So you would be on a time limit where you would have 120 school days for us to get through the course, whereas the person that does the self-paced online will have somewhere close to 400 days to get the class done. Depending on you personally, some students need the face-to-face because they straight up just are not disciplined enough with their time to get the online course done. Other students, and this is coming down to you knowing yourself, for other students the online course is perfect because it allows them to get the work done either in the summer before their 8th grade year, or they have something to do at home when they are bored, or any of that kind of stuff. So again, you have two options, face-to-face or self-paced online. And in fact, you are going to be getting a survey from your teacher that is going to ask you for your name, your 900 number, and then what option you feel would work best for you. So these options are, I really, really want to be in the face-to-face geometry class. I know it will replace one of my electives. I want to do online geometry. I know that I will need to do this outside the school day when I finish my work. I can't remember what the rest of that says. Or I want face-to-face geometry, but I would be okay with online geometry. And then the last one, which is probably right for most people, because if we go back to this is the normal track to take geometry your 9th grade year. This is, again, is probably what's right for most people. I do not want geometry my 8th grade year. Okay. If you're a person that wants to get into either of these options, there are some requirements. You need to be having success in 7th grade math. You need to earn your teacher's recommendation. And to earn your teacher's recommendation, you don't need to be the best person at math. You just need to be willing to work really hard. You also need a strong academic standing, which means a good GPA. And you need a high level of self-motivation. This class is not for students that are unwilling to work really hard and try their best every single day. So, this lays out the options for you. You can share this with your parents and this kind of thing. Again, we do have the option of no geometry in 8th grade. Wait until high school. Again, that is what is right for most people. Option 2 is the self-paced online course. Again, for this, you would have about 400 days to get the thing done. And again, working during the summer is not required. It is completely optional. But if you did want to work in the summer between your 7th and 8th grade year, it would give you a boost to getting geometry done. If you do not complete geometry in the online course completely, you still have to take geometry in high school. Again, there's nothing bad that can happen from signing up for online geometry because there is no grade. It is just straight up, you either finish it and you don't have to take geometry in high school, or you don't finish it and you do have to take geometry in high school. Again, for face-to-face, this says that you will take 8th grade math for the entire year. Again, geometry does not replace 8th grade math. And then you would be in geometry for 2 trimesters, and it would be a graded class. So, with that, these are the options that you have. Again, no geometry in 8th grade. Option 1, geometry in 8th grade, which opens up college level classes in high school to you, is option 2. And so the decision that we need you to be thinking about today really is, do you want no geometry? Do you want face-to-face geometry? Do you want to do online geometry?